Wine and Crime contains graphic and explicit content which may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Wine and Crime, the podcast where three friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accent.
And don't know where the beeping is coming from.
We had quite a lead up into our intro of recording.
Someone's fire alarm was going off. We took us a second to figure out whose.
Bill's using a fog machine in the other room, and
Amanda is both underwater and on fire.
Yeah, somehow. There's water getting into my basement,
Classic.
and the fire alarm's going.
Fucking classic.
Anyway, who are we?
I'm Kenyon.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Amanda. I'm a mess.
I'm Amanda Mess.
We're fine. Okay.
It's great.
We have a very special gals pick for you this week.
Y'all.
Brought to you by motherfucking us.
I'm so excited about this. Can you tell this was my idea?
Lucy's one was Lucy. The topic is New Age crimes.
Dang right it is.
And I would say all three of us have our own
Tendencies.
forays into New Agedom.
Absolutely.
We dabble.
We did raise each other, so of course we all have a similar.
You guys, I'm also high,
affinities.
and I ate a peanut. And okay. We do not, however, do what happens in my case.
No,
Oh.
nor mine. Well,
Like
Most of
every,
mine.
I know we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I'm not distancing myself from cultural appropriation because we've all been guilty of it.
we have all been guilty of it.
Yeah.
I like to self-soothe in that a lot of what I'm drawn to is very like
Pagan.
derived from Celtic and
Yeah.
pagan, whatever.
I like tarot and birth charts and crystals, baby. Those are like, and dead animals. That's like my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I
like
don't like
the,
read bones or any of that shit. That's that's not my lane.
I like to collect
can,
bones.
but I
Of
don't.
course you can. Of course. I also like to collect bones.
I mostly like the aesthetic appeal of crystals. As you can see, for those on Patreon donating at $5 a month or more, you can see our video episodes, and you can see just a fraction of my crystal collection.
Lucy is a crystals gal.
Big
I made a whole backdrop.
crystal meth.
You go to rock shows.
It's my crystal mess.
It's a crystal mess.
What does
Oh,
Corey
yes.
think of your crystals?
He doesn't give a shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're
I've
doing
never
a seance.
asked.
Oh, God, they're doing a seance.
It's my favorite story.
So good.
But like I'm usually wearing some sort of jewelry with like a rock on it. And
Yep.
It's
I
just, it's
I have seen you purchase the same ring
Oh, in 10 different states.
probably no fewer than 13 times.
I have basically 4 of these.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
moonstone.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
But you have a type.
You really do.
My birthday is July 2nd.
If anyone wants to send gifts.
A 5th ring that looks just like this. I'd be well open to it.
A 14th ring, but yes. All right.
No, I took inventory recently. I
Okay.
only have 4.
You lost
So yeah,
some.
New Age crimes.
New Age crimes. So, what is our wine crime pairing for New Age crimes?
Well, I wanted to let the astral plane, the other world, guide me
You
toward
forgot, didn't you?
toward this pairing. I did. I did forget. And but fortunately for me, I am a member of Wink Wine Club. Try wink.com/gals for $20 off your first box. And I had the perfect wine
Already on deck.
already on deck.
On tarot deck.
Yep. On tarot deck. So I am drinking today the Ultramont Another World.
Oh.
Which we featured this label before, but not this varietal. This is the 2020 Grenache Blanc.
Oh.
Nice. Ooh, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
She's gorge, Spanish, stun. Spring is coming and melting into my house, and I am like ready to float away. Seriously, next episode I'm gonna be on like my
A
flamingo
beach chair.
floaty in the corner of the room, just bobbing. So yeah, this bottle in particular is medium bodied and fruit forward, but it finishes nice and dry. You know how I love a balanced wine.
Mm-hmm.
She is low sugar, which is super exciting, but you're still going to get some notes of apple, citrus, pear, and white flower. So Grenache Blanc can actually be kind of a fun, like, unoaked Chardonnay alternative. They do share some characteristics, but I find Grenache Blanc a little more palatable, a little brighter, a little bit more fresh. This is really, really cool. This is a Spanish Coast Grenache Blanc. It was picked early in the season to maintain its bright characteristics. And this is an ideal wine for eating food with it.
Perfect.
Peanuts.
I love to eat.
But you could
Peanuts
also
that
do
are stuck in your throat.
exactly
Wash them down.
fruit forward wines and sweet wines, whether or not they have a dry finish, go really well with salty meats too. So this is a great one, even though it's not sweet. It finishes dry, but it's fruit forward, so it goes really well with like pork.
Bacon.
And if you do like a roasted, bacon.
You could be
if you
real
do like
Spanish about it. You could have like, what is it? Like jamon and what is the thing where they have like melon and prosciutto, basically?
this is like
Yeah.
roasted pork with apples. Yeah, other like sweet and savory combinations. But it also goes great with like orange chicken, tacos. It's like
Stop.
she's perfect. Also, tell me you need to do the dishes without telling me you need to do the dishes. This is what I'm drinking this out of today. I've made it clear that I am also a little bit high. It's only gonna get worse because I have a headache that doesn't seem to want to go away, and I don't want to take a million Tylenols. Okay, that's
it's
my life
Friday,
story,
honey.
and it's Friday. Like, who cares? All right, fuck it. Here we go. Fuck it, nice pop. Pop.
Fuck it. Nice pap.
Fuck it, nice pop.
Just gonna fill this
You
all
guys,
the way to
we're
the top.
almost too professional.
Mm.
If anybody
It's
says
frightening.
we've changed, I don't know what to tell them.
That is a glass of wine, my friend. Oh my God.
Amanda, that's like half the bottle in your Smurf glass.
At least.
Yeah, now it's way more than half the bottle.
Oh, you're going to be looped by your case. Okay.
Woohoo.
I'm just pouring it so I don't have to do any heavy lifting for the rest of the episode.
Sure.
It's just there when I need it.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Lucy. What is our background and maybe psych for New Age crimes?
Well, let me grip my moon-shaped. I don't even know
Ooh,
what
that's
this
good.
is.
Moonstone.
This is not moonstone.
Oh.
But it is a stone in the shape of a moon.
Oh, cute.
This is moonstone.
Okay.
Okay. So New Age, as in the New Age movement, is a range of spiritual or religious practices and beliefs which rapidly grew in the Western world during the 1970s and 80s among the occult and metaphysical religious communities.
Curious.
It looked forward to a new age of love and light and offered a foretaste of the coming era through personal transformation and healing. According to another definition from a study from the University of Oxford, quote, the New Age, unlike traditional Western religion, possesses no church-like structure and is usually characterized as a loose network of self-development practices with a belief system centered on the spiritual evolution of the individual through successive reincarnations and the idea of a magical interconnectedness between all things. This
How fun.
It's really nice.
It is nice. It's
This-
kind of, sometimes it can be a little bit of the leftovers of like hippie peace and love from the 60s meets
We'll
like
get to it, honey.
individualism and capitalism.
Yes. Definitely the individualism, definitely more and more the capitalism, and we will get to its evolution.
Yep.
Including that song from Hair.
Yes.
So, continuing the quote, this study proposes that an individual may be drawn to the New Age not only because of its modern individualistic appeal, but in virtue of possessing a particular personality and cognitive disposition towards magical ideation and unusual perceptual experiences.
I followed that.
So, before we get too far into it, let's define some of these like related concepts first. So, defining the occult, this is pretty broad. The occult is a category of esoteric supernatural beliefs and practices that generally fall outside the scope of both science and religion. So this would encompass things like spirituality, mysticism, astrology, and magic. So that's
All
what we
the
mean.
good shit.
All the good shit is in the occult. Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy that studies the fundamental nature of reality. It questions the nature of consciousness and the relationship between mind and matter, between substance and attribute, and between potentiality and actuality. So the word, this is all very, very heady.
Metaphysics is like what I wish I had the patience to like read about and learn about and study because it's so cool.
It's really dense,
but I
though.
can't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, metaphysics goes back to like the teachings of like Plato and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I do hate that. I hate philosophy.
I thought I
Hate.
would really like philosophy, and I took an intro to philosophy in college, and I
That'll ruin
could
it.
not deal. I
I
couldn't.
hate it. It's so fucking stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
The whole time I just was like,
And that's
why?
my philosophy on that.
The whole time I was like, why do we care what this guy thought? Like he was wrong about
So much.
how the universe works, how bodies work.
Well, that, and it's like, I would
what
much.
society should be structured like. Like he wasn't right ever. So why are we still
The royal he. All of them.
the royal
Plato?
he.
I fucking hate Plato.
But I would rather just
Almost
like.
spilled my nuts. It's getting hairy over here. We're 5 minutes in.
Like the study of philosophy is essentially just like a really long session of like hot boxing your parents' basement
Yes, and
with like
talking
a
about
couple of other friends
talking
and like
about the
blowing your
stars.
minds.
It's
Right.
so bro-y too.
It can
like-
be, yeah.
I don't know why. All my like required intro to philosophy classes that I had to take for my major were like
Full of white guys with dreads.
85% white guys.
yeah.
And it
Uh-huh.
was just like
And I made out with about 40% of them.
No. Make better choices, honey. Well, you did. You married way up.
College, honey. That's when you
I
just
get
fuck
it.
around.
Sometimes you gotta just
She
get
had
railed
to
by a
spread
dumbass.
her
It's- I get it.
My epitaph. Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta get railed by a dumbass.
Sometimes you just gotta get railed by
That's
a
what
dumbass.
college is about. You hook up with a philosophy
Absolutely.
major. It's
1000%.
Don't
Yeah.
even bother regretting it. It's what it's. It's
the
fine.
philosophy major that I made out with a few times promptly became an investment banker.
Oh, of course. Wait, my only option is to either open a rock shop in Sedona or be a professor?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going into banking.
Yeah.
There are
he was
way worse things than opening a rock shop in Sedona, though.
Finance.
He was so insufferable all of college. Philosophy this, philosophy that. I'm not going to end up like
Was
my
he
dad.
this
Investment
Oh my
banker.
God.
No.
Like,
Okay.
I just want to give more advice. Don't pick a major with the like express purpose of healing your inner child and
No.
like your issues with your parents.
No.
It's not gonna go well.
No.
You might start a podcast.
Also, with the express intention of like getting into a specific career.
Right.
Nobody gives a shit what your undergrad major
Nobody
was.
cares. And you're gonna
At
land
all.
somewhere you never fucking expected 9 times out of 10.
Yep.
Hi.
And that
Here
is
we
our
are.
philosophy.
And that is the wine and crime promise. Don't try.
Mm-hmm.
No, just study something that you find
Yeah, that
interesting
you
in the
actually
moment.
like. Mhm.
Yeah. English. I should have studied crystals because judging by my background, literal background. So the word, back to what metaphysics is, the word metaphysics comes from two Greek words that together literally mean after or behind or among the study of the natural.
Okay.
So if that doesn't clear it up for you,
In
I don't know
or
what will.
around.
I love when, obviously I'm not into organized religion, but I love when like a religion will like accidentally hit upon a metaphysical reality and then incorporate a belief system around that. Like when they like connect and actually make sense for like a snippet of time, I find that interesting. Like Buddhism does that a lot. Like it'll actually hit on things where it's like, yes, in reality, that is how the universe works. And you figured that out really early on. Congrats. Christianity, not so much.
But the essence of metaphysics is kind of questions what reality is. So
I mean, same, man.
Oh my God. Okay. Moving
says the stoned one.
on. Wow.
I should have smoked weed before this.
Yeah, y'all are missing out. I'm really connecting to the metaphysical world.
Oh my God. It's Denver all over again.
Oh Jesus.
I only took one.
That's fair. Denver was
In Denver, I took more than one, but today I only took one.
remember when you tossed a coin to see if you should eat an entire
I'm like
other
Two-Face from Batman.
10
I like to
milligram
just
gummy.
leave my fate up to a coin.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Esotericism, or at least Western esotericism, this is basically a blanket term for all of the Western practices of mysticism, the occult, etc. Because those sort of concepts they date back way far in terms of like Eastern religions and practices and things like that. So esotericism relates to knowledge that is intended to only be understood by a small group of people with a special and perhaps secret knowledge, possibly only described after some sort of initiation.
Basically,
So, like,
Secret
Kabbalah.
plant.
Like the Freemasons, for example. Theosophy is a belief in an ancient religion disseminated by a secret brotherhood of masters. So keep in mind that all of these terms can be like overlapping because obviously theosophy is an element of esotericism.
Obviously.
Fucking obvious.
It draws on Hinduism and Buddhism. They do not define their beliefs as a religion because it preaches instead the existence of a single divine absolute. So they're saying they're not a religion because it's not like, oh, I can choose X, Y, or Z. This is the only thing that exists. It's not a religion. It's like a fact.
Okay.
They believe in spiritual emancipation and reincarnation. The Theosophical Society was founded in 1875 in New York City by Ukrainian immigrant Helena Blavatsky and two other dudes. So if you go to the drive, which will be on the blog in my photos, you can see their like logo and also a picture of Helena. But their logo, it says on the bottom, there is no religion higher than truth. And then they have like a
Couple
is it a
Hindu symbols.
Well, like Hindu symbol. Yeah, lots of symbolism. And like the snake eating its own tail appears. I don't know. There's just a lot going on there. So definitely among the esoteric, if you know kind of crowd. So the New Age movement actually started with Helena Blavatsky. She believed that theosophists, I don't know why I can't say that very well.
That's a tough one.
Theosophists,
Snuffleupagus.
Thespians.
Snuffleupagus.
Theos people
Suffragists.
should, quote, assist the evolution of the human race and prepare to cooperate with one of the ascended masters of the Great White Brotherhood. And this has
Don't love that.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
but I
got
don't love
nothing
it.
to do with race. It's
still sounds
because they're supposedly
rough.
dressed in like white robes, but in modern
Okay.
context, it doesn't sound great.
Okay.
So they believe that this brotherhood, the arrival of this brotherhood was imminent. Her ideas contributed to the expectation of a new age among practitioners of spiritualism and believers in astrology, for whom the coming of the new Aquarian age promised, we'll get to it, I know, you're so excited, promised a period of brotherhood and enlightenment. So from the beginning of the 20th century through the 50s and 60s, the anticipation of this new age was growing around the world.
Oh, so that's where it comes from. They thought that, like, okay.
I will explain it in my next paragraph because it's shit that I've like heard about that I like kind of understood on a really shallow level, but there's like actual meaning behind it. But in terms of this thing being like a global movement, for example, a group in Scotland believed that its purported contact with a variety of nature spirits produced spectacular agricultural feats despite the poor soil and climate of the group's settlement. So basically, they were doing all of these practices. They believed themselves to be channeling these nature spirits. And then in turn, these nature spirits gave them like
a really good harvest when it shouldn't have been that good.
Exactly. An amazing harvest. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Kind of losing me, Helena, but okay.
Don't worry, Helena doesn't last that long.
Okay.
So in the early 20th century, these groups were still a little cuckoo bananas, as Kenyon has accurately identified. But they were starting to get some mainstream traction by the mid-20th century. So here's a quote from Wikipedia. The 1967 musical Hair, with its opening song Aquarius and the line, "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius,"
Which...
Of Aquarius.
Quick anecdote.
Okay.
So my little aunt, who was, you know, when this song was popular, she was under 10.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Catholic elementary school, whatever, and she thought that it was the angel Amarius.
Ah, yes, the angel Amarius.
Yes.
It is the dawning of the angel Amarius.
I know, just so, like, Catholic worldview.
That's so cute.
I know.
The angel Amarius.
Uh-huh.
So this song, and specifically that line, brought the Aquarian age concept to the attention of audiences worldwide. However, the song further defines this dawning of the age within the first lines, and this is just bear with me. Okay. When the moon is in the seventh house.
Moon is in the seventh house.
And Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Aligns with Mars.
Then peace will guide the planets.
Peace will guide the planets.
And love will steer the stars.
Love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
You
But
nailed
actually, it's full of shit. Astrologer Neil Spencer denounced the
What?
lyrics as astrological gibberish, noting that Jupiter aligns with Mars several times a year and the moon is in the seventh house for 2 hours every day.
So it's kind of always the angel Amarius.
It's always the angel Amarius, yeah.
It's like Mercury in retrograde. It happens quite a lot. Amanda's losing it.
That was my favorite part.
It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
2 hours every day.
In fact, the moon is in the seventh house for 2 hours every day. So
we broke Amanda.
it's a musical, man. You got to just make it work. In astrology, the age of Aquarius really just refers to either the current or the forthcoming astrological age. So
I feel like my entire adolescence has just been shattered.
you're welcome.
That song is like foundational to me and Lucy's friendship.
Well, you should have Googled it.
It just means you get to celebrate the age of Aquarius more often than
Multiple
you thought.
times a week.
Also,
every day, in fact.
I would argue that Exit Light is foundational to our friendship.
We have a lot of foundational songs.
I don't want to
Okay.
Google Exit Light. I mean Eggs in Light, which is our
Delight.
breakfast joint we're going to open.
Yeah.
Ham on the side.
Our Metallica-themed breakfast joint is gonna take off.
All right.
Oh
So
my God, my peanuts.
the age of Aquarius really just refers to either the current or the forthcoming astrological age, which is a, quote, product of the Earth's slow precessional rotation and so each age lasts for 2,160 years on average.
Jesus,
So-
what age have we been in?
It depends on who you ask.
Because I hate it, whichever one.
It's all based on astrology. It's
I'm
very
Googling it.
subjective.
Andrea will know.
So-
Our incredible producer will know.
One great year equals 25,920 year periods of precession. So divided by 12, the 12 zodiac signs, each zodiac sign gets 2,160 years.
That was a lot of math, baby.
It wasn't a lot, but
Okay.
I mean, I guess we're in the age of it's just, the age is over 2,000 years long. So like, I don't.
We're
fucking
probably
know.
still in it.
Probably.
Okay.
According to Hair, the
A
most
different-
historically accurate musical of all time.
According to this random astrologer from New York City, Jupiter
Aligns with Mars.
will remain in Aquarius for around 1 year, and that is starting soon.
2,000 years ago. Okay.
I don't know.
It
I don't
just
know.
it,
There's a lot.
You lost me at math.
Facts are not super applicable in my segment.
Facts are not
found it.
super necessary. in
So
this.
the 2,000 to 2160 years range.
2,160 years.
Yep. We are departing the age of Pisces and entering the age of Aquarius.
There we
no
go.
way.
Yeah.
Also, if you know,
Oh.
so astrologically, Pisces comes after Aquarius, right?
I don't know. I should know, but I don't know.
We're going in reverse.
It goes backwards.
Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Don't at me. Whatever. So the 60s hippie culture embraced this concept, but also frequently associated it with psychedelic drugs. In the
Yeah,
19
open your mind.
in the 1970s, American theosophist David Spangler wrote a series of books that more or less presented the concept of the New Age movement in a more structured way. He also believed that the New Age would come as a result of active manifestation that humans do, rather than his predecessors who believed that the New Age was coming regardless of human actions. So he was saying, like, no, we all have to participate in order to bring this New Age about, because the New Age is going to be very healing. It would
That
be like an
sounds
epiphany for
unlikely, Spangler,
society.
but okay.
Yeah. These books were really popular and succeeded in attracting new followers, including leaders from older occult and metaphysical organizations. So some of like the OG organizations were like, okay, this actually makes more sense. And it's not just about hippies taking LSD. You know, it got a little more serious group of people on board at this time. So they were more about enlightenment, meditation, and trips to India to study with holy people there and return to the U.S. with new names.
Basically, the late Beatles.
I was just gonna say the late Beatles. Yeah,
Great.
That's what they were about. Entire bookstores began popping up devoted to New Age reading materials and videos and meditative aids.
And yeah, incense.
What's
What's
So
it
much
called?
incense.
Like Nag Champa?
Nagchampa, baby. Spangler's books attracted a diverse set of followers from all sorts of spiritual and religious or like quasi-religious backgrounds. The New Age movement sought to unite all of these followers, and so his books kind of outlined the two main ideas of the New Age movement. And this is a quote from my lover, Encyclopedia Britannica. Quote, first, it predicted that a new age of heightened spiritual consciousness and international peace would arrive and bring an end to racism, poverty, sickness, hunger, and war.
Obviously, we've arrived there.
We're there, baby.
Ooh.
This social transformation would result from the massive spiritual awakening of the general population during the next, quote unquote, next generation. Second, individuals could obtain a foretaste of the New Age through their own spiritual transformation. Initial changes would put the believer on the sadhana, which is a new path of continual growth and transformation.
Okay.
New Age practices focus on different types of healing. So personal transformative practices include tarot readings, astrology, yoga, meditation techniques, and mediumship.
Ooh.
They also studied transpersonal psychology and various states of consciousness, such as Zen meditation, which these sorts of practices that originated within like specific cultures and religions, they kind of just cherry picked what they wanted and just kind of plopped them in there. More appropriation. It is what it is. I don't know.
Look at like yoga today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. These contributed to what practitioners consider planetary healing and societal transformation. People who may be sick or psychologically wounded, like people with traumas and whatever, and who have
everyone.
Right. And those who have not been able to receive effective therapies with modern and Western medicine might turn to New Age practices for treatment. The holistic health movement was part of the New Age movement. So that was really big in the 80s, early 90s, advocating alternative and natural healing practices such as massage, natural food diets like vegan, raw
diets.
We will get to the food and the diets.
Perfect.
Oh, God.
Also, chiropractic and acupuncture practices. One might seek a hybrid of these practices combined with things like astrology and tarot for both physical and spiritual healing. So it's a little.
in a lot of that. I've dabbled in a lot of that.
Yes. Well, you're clearly traumatized.
Clearly. Well, not me, my inner child.
Right.
Which actually,
Heal her.
remember when I had the fucking viral tweet?
Like your sport one.
No, the really viral one where I was just whining.
Oh, you were just complaining.
Yeah.
About how you always have heartburn and like diarrhea.
Scary
Yeah.
mommy picked it up.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
So the amount of like medical advice that I got in the comments back, because it had 500,000 likes on Twitter.
Ridiculous.
And one of them was that I need to heal my inner child.
Don't we all?
With Manuka honey.
Oh my
Just
God.
like, and then somebody else, I forget who it was like, tag yourself. Like I need to heal my inner child. It's like, no, it's PCOS, IBS, anxiety, depression, being in my
34.
30s.
Yeah.
Being a woman.
Capitalism.
It's for women.
Very well.
All right. Fucking absurd. But also, like, I mean, I'm sitting here with all these crystals. Like, do people like what they like? And if it helps them find some sort of relief or release, do what you got to do. Who cares?
Chiropractors have really helped. Some have hurt me, but a good one
You find
has
a good
helped me
one.
a lot.
It can be life changing.
Done some acupuncture. Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about some of these practices. Some of them are, like I said before, a little more cuckoo bananas than others. But some of them are just simply like very old Eastern medicine solutions that like shouldn't be discounted just because of
because they actually
They work.
like clinically have, a lot have been proven to be beneficial.
Yeah. So there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of gray area. And I'm not here to discount any aspects of the New Age movement personally.
If it works for you and it doesn't hurt,
fucking
and if
clearly.
it harm none, do
Right.
what ye will.
Do what you gotta do. So on that note, crystals are considered a very important transformative tool, especially in the 80s as the movement peaked. Some New Agers discovered their psychic abilities using crystals, thereby becoming channels through which they could communicate with various preternatural or extraterrestrial entities.
That's how you talk to the aliens, Lucy, through your crystals?
I talk to them through my dreams.
Okay.
But actually, there is I think it's Phrenite. It's a pH something crystal, and I don't have any in my display here. But I keep a tower by my bed because it's supposed to soak up your bad drems.
Well, that's good because you always have had hyper
Really wild
vivid
dreams.
Really fucking intense dreams. So I keep most of these crystals in my bedroom, and I do have some of that, I think it's Phrenite, next to my bed, and I think it's helping. But My friend Katie, who runs a Instagram account called Punker Pebbles, if you're interested in like stones, she holds live sales every like 2 Saturdays a month, I think. And she has the most amazing crystals. So she got me into the Phrenite and she sent me a palm stone so I can sleep with it under my pillow. And I think it helps.
Nice.
Cute.
Anyway, yeah. Shout out to Katie, Punker Pebbles on Instagram.
Love it.
Okay, so the channels. This is another quote from Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
Drawing upon the myth of Atlantis, Kenyon's
My
favorite
hometown.
English neighborhood.
My
your hometown.
According to that one psychic.
Your hometown.
I love it.
Oh my God. One channeler named Frank Alpert proposed the use of crystals as healing transformative tools. He suggested that the ancient civilization had lived off the power of crystals and fell because of its rulers' unwise and immoral use of said crystals. Crystals were thought to be great reservoirs of energy and distinct healing and of transformative powers that could be released for personal benefit.
Love it.
In the 1980s, they were among the most popular items at New Age stores and conventions. However, critics were quick to point out the unscientific nature of the movement's claims for crystals. It is not scientific. It's just not. But like a lot of these New Age believers believe in like a spiritual essence of non-sentient objects such as crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know Native Americans, a lot of different tribes, if not most, believed in different properties of them. Mm-hmm. Like I know the Navajo had like a real reverence for turquoise and like onyx and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
When I stayed at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, which is where The Shining was based on, and there's a shit ton of different like ghostly happenings. One of the reasons that they say that is such a grounds for psychic activity is because of the like
mineral content in the soil or something.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of quartz. So it just soaks in all of this energy from the surrounding areas, and it's just like
Draws spirits.
It's like a fucking
beacon.
It's like a battery for psychic energy.
Ooh,
That's a
creepy.
cool theory.
Love it.
I like that for an explanation of like why some places are more haunted than others.
Yep.
Well, and yeah, that's like the whole basis of what the like electromagnetic fields in Sedona, Arizona, that has become like a new age mecca.
Yep. Yep. So
Bill and I
different.
got a couple's tarot reading there.
Nice.
Ooh.
So like different deposits in the ground can be attributed to like all these different energy happenings.
That's cool.
Yeah. Here's some quartz for you too. Very clear, very beautiful. Katie gave this to me.
We will get to the
Quartz.
quartz. Well, actually, the
Oh,
rose
God.
quartz.
We will get to the quartz.
But also, I want quartz countertops because I fucking hate my marble countertops.
They're hard to clean.
Countertops are pretty great.
Marble's the worst.
It's
It's
so
too
porous.
porous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just ugh.
It's also not your fault. It's the previous owners. They did
Right.
not
Yeah.
treat it the way that it should be treated.
yeah.
So
Anyway,
another quote from EB. Some members of the movement found support for their belief in their ability to transform world culture in a story about monkeys learning to wash food. According to this story, reportedly taken from anthropological literature, it's very shaky where this actually came from or like how it was explained. A number of monkeys learned by example to wash their food before they ate it. After the 100th monkey had absorbed this lesson, all of the monkeys jumped ahead in consciousness and started washing their food.
Okay. I don't. Whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
hive mind, baby, hive mind.
The story.
Exactly 100 monkey. Okay, you've lost.
We're connecting on a metaphysical level.
I'm telling ya. I'm telling ya.
Fruit.
Raccoons wash their
your
food
fruit.
too. Okay, it's for a different reason than you think.
This is just a theory. I'm just passing it along. The story turned out to be, like I said, a significant distortion of the scientific report. However, many New Agers believe that if a small critical mass of people adopted the more advanced perspective of the New Age, there would be a sudden explosion of higher consciousness throughout the world.
Well, yeah. I mean,
based in misinformation and
they're basically
not
saying
reality.
if enough people change their thinking, then a lot of people will change their thinking. It's like, it's called the fucking tipping point theory.
I think they were more.
It's called society.
Over.
They were more talking about like the collective consciousness of everybody on the planet.
Sure.
The one,
I'm cranky.
the 100th monkey idea led to a series of mass gatherings, beginning with the harmonic convergence, which was a set of coordinated gatherings of people at various places around the world on August 16th and 17th, 1987. Great vintage. That was designed to bring about a leap in human consciousness. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. If anything, it got worse.
A few days old.
Everyone got
not in
poorer
charge
after
yet.
that. Like a bubble burst. Thanks. By the end of the 80s, after a string of events that alleged to be the beginning of the New Age and some global societal transformation that all fell through, and that sounds like some QAnon bullshit, the New Age movement began to die out. Popular opinion became dismissive of their unscientific ideas and practices, and even leaders such as Spangler began to renounce their proclamations of the coming New Age. So basically, well, they were probably
I take it back.
Yuppie.
maybe we
This
shouldn't
has
give
gone
an
too
exact
far.
date for the coming of this
What does
every
imminent really
2,160 year
What does
thing.
imminent really mean?
Right.
What does done look like to you?
Basically. Nevertheless, in the end, the New Age movement proved to be one of the West's most significant religious phenomena of the 20th century. It opened the doors for people to practice various elements of older esoteric religious groups and metaphysical traditions. Which, like I said, if you like it, it's consensual, it works for you, go hog wild, honey. Just do it.
Don't hurt anybody.
Don't hurt anybody, including yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you have some disposable income to buy some crystals to make you feel better, go for
Buy
it.
your
But
fucking
maybe
crystals.
don't, rely on them instead of chemo.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You know, balance.
Oh, speaking of balance, look. Oh, shit.
Don't become a Hank from fucking Breaking Bad.
Yeah, get vaccines and buy some
I wouldn't put all your eggs into the crystal basket, but it's they look nice. They look pretty. Get the cute ones. It's
that's
great
funny.
decor. According to a 2018 Pew Research report, quote, most American adults self-identify as Christians, but many Christians also hold what are sometimes characterized as New Age beliefs, including belief in reincarnation, astrology, psychics, and the presence of spiritual energy in physical objects like mountains or trees or rocks. Many Americans who are religiously unaffiliated also have these beliefs. Overall, roughly 6 in 10 American adults accept at least one of these New Age beliefs. Specifically, 4 in 10 believe in psychics and that spiritual energy can be found in physical objects, while somewhat smaller percentage shares express belief in reincarnation, and that would be about 33%, and astrology at about 29%. It notes that about 70% of women hold at least one New Age belief as compared with 55% of men. Quote, also adults under the age of 65, those who have not graduated from college, racial and ethnic minorities, and Democrats and those who lean toward the Democratic Party are more likely than others to hold at least one New Age belief.
I mean, a lot of that tracks.
It all tracks.
I'm surprised at 55% of men.
I kind
That's
of am
a little
too.
high, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just to close us out, I would like to state that the Des Moines Metaphysical Fair is on May 21st and 22nd of 2022.
Enjoy.
And it's good.
And I'll see you there.
See you there at the Metaphysical Fair.
Oh, that's my seg.
Well done.
Thanks.
At the Metaphysical Fair, can they fit me for contacts for my third eye?
Let's hear a quick word from our sponsors.
Oh, God.
So, some folks who follow me on social media may have noticed a recent Instagram post where I'm just living abundantly with my adult acne.
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
It does. And I do get some hormonal acne, and this bout recently, due to some hormonal changes, has been pretty rough. But I gotta say, that used to be my norm every month. These like cystic size red spots. And I've been using Curology now for about 2 years. And I gotta say, it has really helped me manage my hormonal acne. And like the photo that I uploaded the other day is actually so much fewer and farther between now. It's really incredible. And I love it.
I love it too. Curology is game-changing custom skincare made for you by a dermatology provider. So they will create a custom prescription cream for your specific skin goals. So that could be, like we said, tackling acne, clogged pores, maybe skin texture issues, dark spots. I was struggling with a lot of like dark spots on my forehead, fine lines, or whatever else. Everybody's skin needs are different, right? You start by taking a short online skin quiz. We love a good quiz.
Love.
You upload photos. So I think that is like another key step, because one person's perception of like what a lot of acne is different than another's, right?
Totally.
So the dermatology provider can actually like see your skin.
Yep.
And if it's a good fit, they will ship you your formula right to your door. And it even has like your name on the bottle. It's
so fancy.
It's very fancy and bougie to have custom skincare.
And it literally like tells you exactly what to do. Like you can't mess it up. I have like, my skin is also extremely dry. So I have a very specific cleanser to help with my dry skin. And then I have very specific lotions for my face. And it's like, use this one at night.
Yeah,
Use this one during the day. It's like, you can't mess it up.
It's a very simple like skin regimen. It's not going to take, an hour each day. Like it's very straightforward.
I love it. So get started with Curology just like we did with a free 30-day trial at Curology.com/gals. Just pay $5 for shipping and handling. That's Curology.com/gals to start your free 30-day trial. Cancel anytime, prescription subject to consultation, and treat your skin.
Treat it. FrameBridge makes it easier and more affordable than ever to frame your favorite things without ever leaving the house.
Oh, my favorite.
From art prints and diplomas to the photos that are just sitting on your phone, you can FrameBridge just about anything. And with Mother's Day around the corner,
ooh, yep.
FrameBridge also makes the perfect gift. I have gifted my mother FrameBridge for Mother's Day, and she was thrilled.
Yep.
In fact, select gifts even ship the next day.
It's seriously a miracle. And here's a reminder of how it works. You just go to framebridge.com and upload your photo, or if you have a physical piece, they will send you packaging to safely mail it in. Preview your item online in dozens of frame styles and gallery wall layouts. Choose your favorite or get free recommendations from their talented designers. The experts at FrameBridge will custom frame your item and deliver your finished piece directly to your door, ready to hang. And instead of the hundreds that you would pay at a framing store, their prices start at $39 and all shipping is free. It's amazing. Plus, our listeners will get 15% off their first order at framebridge.com when they use our code WINECRIME. So order at framebridge.com, or this is on my bucket list. You can stop by a FrameBridge store to work with a designer in person if you are in New York, DC, Atlanta, Philly, Boston, or Chicago. You all know, you go into my house and there isn't a single room anymore, including the bathroom, that does not have a FrameBridge piece in it. Even Bill's bathroom has the FrameBridge of Dr. Steve Brule in it. Like, every single room in my house has a FrameBridge piece, and it's a smattering. Some stuff that I have uploaded from my phone, and the quality is so beautiful. Like, they make recommendations when you upload a photo or a digital photo on the size so that you're making sure to get the best possible, like, clear quality from that uploaded picture. But I've also sent in physical pieces, and honestly, both options are so high quality and so professional, you can't lose.
Absolutely. I'm obsessed with FrameBridge. So get started today. Frame your photos or send someone the perfect gift. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code WINECRIME to save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code WINECRIME, framebridge.com, promo code WINECRIME, and treat your walls.
Treat them.
Are we ready for my case?
Maybe,
Nope.
usually never.
As I told you both before we started, it is very low stakes,
Love
but
it.
funny.
Okay.
Okay. Amanda Chantal Bacon,
Yum.
which I just think is hysterical that this person's last name is Bacon because, like, she would never let it cross her
Oh.
lips.
But she pairs well with our wine pairing for today.
Sure does. Salty meat.
Was born and raised in New York City and then moved to LA after spending some time in Italy.
Oh, I live in LA now.
As you do.
And she opened her juice shop, Moon Juice, in 2012 in the Echo Park neighborhood of Los Angeles.
Oh,
Wow.
fancy.
Moon juice.
There are
Expanse.
lots of photos on the drive of this woman.
I like that name.
Yeah. The shop quickly became a favorite of vaguely new agey celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Did it get gooped?
Oh, they're very looped in with goop. They're
Loopy
looped
goopy?
with goop.
Oh.
They're looped with goo.
I'm pretty sure Goop sells Moon Juice products on their website.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with this brand, actually.
Yeah. And Shailene Woodley, who I have a visceral hatred of.
Oh, I love her. She told me to call her Shay.
She's really annoying to me. And I would like you to go in my folder on the drive and look at the Shailene Woodley inspirational quotes.
I gather my own spring water from mountains every month.
Ish.
What? Is that real?
Yeah, these are real quotes that somebody overlaid with photos of her. I have the link in the sources. I don't know.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
I just think she looks like my
She was
sister.
engaged to Aaron Rodgers. I don't trust her anymore.
She said she's not doesn't believe in feminism. Like, fuck off.
I think she just looks like my sister, so I automatically liked her.
Yeah.
My
this
religion is the earth, man. I believe in trees. What the fuck?
Oh, no. Oh, honey,
This
no.
one's
my favorite. Quote, some movies have made me laugh, but I've never thought, wow, if it weren't for that movie, I'd be a different person. Except Pocahontas.
No.
These are not real.
That was the why by new when slightly used will do, except when the deals are this good of sentences.
Except Pocahontas.
Someone had me break that whole thing down, that slogan, and explain it to them last weekend because they were like, it doesn't make sense.
Why
I was
I
like,
knew when slightly used
I was
will
like,
do,
follow the timeline. So,
deals are
second
hit.
win,
Red
original.
string.
Yeah, second win, originally
follow.
opened, only selling secondhand or previously used exercise equipment. Okay. Then, about
They
5 years later,
expanded.
they connect with a supplier that provides brand new equipment, but at bargain prices. But they didn't want to start all over again with a brand new slogan. Why would they do that? So instead, they added a comma and included when slightly used will do, so it encompasses all of the products that they have available.
You are so manic. You're a fucking lunatic.
Okay, back to this.
That actually makes me like Shay even more.
Okay. All right. Well, she loves Pocahontas, the film.
God. No.
But actually, when we got super stoned and watched Pocahontas and did those horrendous face masks last summer,
Oh my God.
that kind of made me into a different person too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So Amanda Chantal Bacon, she was asked in an interview where the name Moon Juice had come from, and she replied, "It just
the moon,
dropped.
you idiot.
It just dropped down from the universe."
Oh, okay.
In addition to juices and smoothies, the shop became well known for selling a range of pricey supplements with names like, and this is entirely for Lucy, spirit dust, beauty dust, power dust,
Why is it all dust? Why are they all
Everything is
dust?
dust.
brain dust, dream dust, and sex dust.
Literally
spy-
everything is. Wait. One of the rock shops that we went to in Des Moines, I think it's the one that like your friend works at or something.
It's Kin, and they absolutely
They have
sell
sex
this shit.
dust.
Yes,
There
they
you go.
do. That's why I know this brand. They
There
have this
you
shit
go.
there.
Well,
Brain
now you
dust.
know.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Everything is dust.
Everything is dust.
So
Wow.
on the store's website, Bacon explained how, quote, Moon Juice was
Bacon
born.
explain.
I know, Bacon. It's such like an
So fucking
incongruous
stupid.
name. Moon Juice was born from my experience putting an autoimmune condition into remission after being told it wasn't possible. I sought out experts and educated myself on diet, lifestyle, spirit, and traditional wisdom. I saw radical changes in my blood and hormone panels. On paper, I started to read biologically younger than I had a decade prior. I mean, if you eat healthier, then you
Yeah.
might feel better.
Right.
And if you have vitamin deficiencies and then you correct for those, you'll probably
Undeficient
feel
them.
Right.
Yeah, you'll feel better.
Weird. You
If you-
might feel better.
But you're not
Efficient
going to
them.
be able. Yeah, you're not going to be able to cure every autoimmune disease. And
Well, and if your autoimmune disease was like a friend,
it was like
who's a-
fatigue.
right, a fatigue or even like celiac, where a lot of like celiac is very real, and there are a lot
Yes.
of people who say they have it and they do not fucking have it.
Yeah.
So if like 10 of your friends on Twitter were like, "Oh my god, it sounds like you have celiac," and then she's like, "I'm gonna reverse my autoimmune disease."
Right.
It's like,
Well,
okay.
she's in LA. She probably made a fucking killing. So
Oh,
whatever.
she made a killing. I don't know her net worth, but she just sold her house for like $7 million. So
What?
yeah,
Well,
She's selling dust
In this
Pack it in,
market.
ladies.
In this market.
Yeah.
Whatever.
we
We're
tried
done.
selling dusty trash. Now we just
Listen.
gotta simplify. It's just dust.
It's
We had a
just
good run.
dust.
The podcast was super fun, but
Yeah.
$7 million. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we gotta
she
go.
goes on to describe the shop as a provider of, quote, alchemy to nourish and elevate body, beauty, and consciousness.
I hate her so much.
Bacon went viral in 2015 when Elle published an article titled How Hollywood's Favorite Juice Bar Owner Eats Every Day, and you are not ready.
I've been eating this entire time.
It probably doesn't contain Cheez-Its.
Some sample diary
These are
entries
nuts.
included.
no.
I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m. and start
No.
with some Kundalini meditation and a 23-minute breath set, along with a copper cup of silver needle and calendula tea.
I identify with this.
A 23-minute breath set.
Somebody called me at 9 o'clock
I do a
this morning.
24-hour a day breath set
Someone called me and woke me up at 9 o'clock this morning, and I was livid.
because you were in the middle of a breath set.
I was
Hadn't even
fully
had my
passed
Kundalini
out.
tea yet,
I hadn't
which I
In my
don't think
copper
makes
cup.
sense.
my teeth.
Anyway,
Brushed my beak.
it gets crazier. At 8 a.m., I had a warm morning chi drink. I'm pretty sure she's talking about chi and not chai.
Chai. Okay.
Chi drink on my way to the school drop-off because I'm just a
Not a
regular
regular
mom.
mom. I'm a metaphysical mom.
Drunk in
I'm
the
a
car.
moon juice mom.
Drunk in the car.
So she drank
Oh,
her chi drink on the way to school drop-off
okay.
in the
I
car.
thought you were saying
Drunk
she.
in the
I thought you were saying she
At
was
9
drunk.
a.m., I was drunk in the car,
Well,
dropping my child off at school.
The way she wrote the sentence isn't great, but I believe she meant she drank her chi drink in the car
Right. Okay.
I'm going to choose to believe the opposite.
and
Right,
wasn't
right, okay.
drunk in the car on the way to school drop-off.
Drunk in the car, comma.
It contains more than 25 grams of plant protein thanks to vanilla mushroom protein and stone ground almond butter, and also has the super endocrine, brain, immunity, and libido boosting powers of brain dust, cordyceps, reishi, maca, shilajit, and shilajit resin. I throw ho shou wu and pearl in as part of my beauty regime. It's not regime, it's regimen.
Regime. My my beauty
Oh
regime.
my God, my beauty regime.
I hate that. That is one of my
I
biggest pet
storm
peeves.
my face
It's a
and
ba-
conquer
yeah.
it every day.
It's bad.
I
It's
hate
real
that.
bad.
It's a regimen.
Of my beauty regime.
I chase it with 3 Quinton shots for mineralization, obviously, and 2 lipospheric vitamin B complex packets for energy. That's what she has at 8 a.m. There's more.
Okay.
She's a fucking chemist.
I had an early pre-yoga dinner at Shima on Abbot Kinney. I don't know what that means. Something LA trendy, I'm sure. Which
Straight
is
with a
my
restaurant.
3-year-old's favorite restaurant.
No, your 3-year-old doesn't have a favorite restaurant, you piece of shit.
3-year-olds don't have a favorite anything. They've been alive for like 5 minutes.
3 years.
Ish.
I had a seaweed salad with micro cilantro and daikon and
Okay.
a delicate broth of mushrooms and herbs.
I love a delicate broth.
Okay, so she had whatever list of crazy herbs drink at 8 a.m. and then she had a delicate broth and a seaweed salad for dinner.
Don't ever feed me a delicate broth. I'll cut you.
If this was my diet, I would perish immediately.
Immediately. I wouldn't last a day.
I'd be so crabby.
At 11 p.m., I had a nightcap of heart tonic and raw chocolate.
What's a fucking heart tonic?
Something
A baby
something
aspirin
she
crushed
sells.
in water, crushed in mineral water.
That is my nightcap, actually, literally.
A baby
Chocolate for
aspirin
sure.
crushed
Raw
in mineral
chocolate.
water.
Must be delicious.
The fuck is raw
Yeah.
chocolate?
It's
Real
just like
bitter.
cacao.
Hershey's?
Yeah.
No.
She's just sucking on a bean that she got.
kiss.
There's so much more. I couldn't include all of her food,
Yes.
her food journal. It was like so epic.
Oh, I don't like it.
She like soaks nuts and then like she like takes fucking regular nuts, soaks them in water overnight,
That's how you make nut milk.
and then dehydrates them after having soaked them. I don't fucking know. Whatever. The food diary inspired mostly ridicule, such as a Jezebel article titled, "I have never heard of, much less eaten, any of the foods in this juice lady's food diary." Which, same. Another article broke down the cost of purchasing all of the items that Bacon mentioned in her daily diet. So if you just wanted to keep up with this daily regimen,
No.
Regime.
Regime.
they found that it would come to a grand total of $1,210.97
A day?
for all this random shit. Well,
Not
No.
a day.
probably not a day. It would probably
Like a
you know,
month.
yeah, or a week. I don't know. I don't know how much
Oh.
shilajit resin they're purchasing. I don't know what size it comes in.
It's the weirdest sentence you've ever said.
Yeah. And ho wo shu. I don't know.
Ew.
So-
Oh my God.
But the publicity was effective in raising Bacon's profile to promote her new cookbook. Can you imagine? What?
You don't cook raw food.
I didn't say she was raw because she
Okay.
did have that.
it was
That's like
implied.
the
Delicate
definition
broth.
of raw is to not cook.
Delicate broth.
And her dust supplements, which by now were being sold online and in retail stores nationwide, including in Des Moines.
Why do I feel like delicate broth could be a Puritan name?
You know,
Dusty, delicate broth.
I'm in the mood for like a delicate fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
Just like a delicate roast beef sandwich.
Just
Yes.
in the text bill, I would like fried chicken.
Delicate horseradish.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So writer Molly Young wrote in a New York Times profile of Bacon that her brain dust, which is priced at $55 for a 2-ounce jar, seemed like the kind of this is a quote, seemed like the kind of item that might be a prop in a comedy sketch about millennial idiots or something a person would be duped into buying on a hidden camera prank show.
Yeah, it's these fucks that give like millennials a bad name.
Yeah.
That's the avocado toast millennial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just don't like
the stereotype.
people in LA.
Yeah,
You
most
don't
of us
hate
don't
a
get that
generation.
And
message.
Des Moines. They sell it at my favorite local store.
Well,
They sell it all over
Don't
the damn
buy
place.
No. I
late.
can't afford it.
Yeah. Young also points out that Amanda Chantal Bacon's Moon Juice website and Alex Jones's InfoWars website were actually selling many of the same products, just
the
like
fuck up.
packaged differently.
Oh my God.
It's everything. It's a loop. When you go so far left, you end up super far right. Everything is a loop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a horseshoe.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they both
my
sell
God.
cordyceps, whatever that is, reishi mushroom extracts, and drops of our favorite colloidal silver.
I love colloidal silver.
Wow.
What I
I'm
wouldn't
turning
give
purple
to turn
with
purple.
excitement.
Bacon's sex dust, which is 3 words in a row I never thought I'd say.
Bacon's
Sex dust shares also several ingredients with Jones's, quote, super female vitality supplement.
No,
Which
he calls it super female vitality.
Isn't that the most
supplement.
Alex Jones thing ever? It had to have the name,
Ew.
had to have the word female.
I hate the word female.
I know.
It's in my top 10 least favorite words.
Yep.
Female.
So Young writes, quote, perhaps the biggest difference between the two purveyors is context. Alex Jones sells his merchandise alongside tactical body armor and Trump t-shirts. Bacon sells hers next to chia pudding. For Jones, the treachery comes in the form of fluoridated water and chemtrails. For Bacon, it's Western medicine and the standard American diet. One brand is designed to look like an ashram and the other to look like an underground bunker. But you walk away from each with the same conclusion that the only way out is way, way out in a land of mystical mushrooms and miracle herbs.
I love this. This is so fucking crazy.
Wow.
Then, in 2016, Bacon made headlines again, not for her diet, but for her incensed reaction to a crystal going missing from her Moon Juice store.
You don't steal from Goop, too.
From Wannabe Goop. She wrote in an Instagram post, all caps, please return the crystal. This loving rock has given so much to an entire community and has much more to share. To whomever took her out the door, you do not want the energy of a stolen crystal. Please.
Why is this
trust me.
giving me rock oh my God, Elmo hating Rocco vibes?
Totally.
You're a rock. You're a rock. Rocco is a rock. It's not Rocco's birthday. He's a rock.
One blogger for LAist wrote in response to the post, in the pseudo New Age industrialist system, crystal-related offenses are considered especially heinous.
Oh, she's done. She's fucking done.
I thought that would get you.
Oh, the level of brilliance. Oh my God.
Are considered especially heinous.
In the pseudo New Age industrialist system.
That was my best Law and Order voice.
That was good.
Oh my God, that was
good.
so gorgeous. Thank you so much for that.
So, one source described the stolen crystal, which is not actually like monetarily valuable or even rare. It's
It's a rock.
It's literally, it's not even like, some crystals are expensive, whatever. It was just like a piece of rose quartz, which is like very common, I think.
Yeah. It's everywhere. It's
It
in
is.
everything.
Yeah.
I have some inside this acrylic tower.
Yeah.
There you go.
Didn't I get you a water bottle with a crystal in the middle of it, Lucy, sometime at some point?
No.
Oh, you might be getting that for Christmas. It's fine. So maybe bananagrams. Who knows?
It went the way of bananagrams.
Oh my God.
So, quote, this is how they describe the stolen crystal. A stone of the heart, a crystal of unconditional love. It speaks directly to the heart chakra, dissolving
does.
emotional...
It does.
dissolving
It does.
emotional wounds, fears, and resentments, and circulates a divine loving energy throughout the entire aura.
So actually, rose quartz, if I go to somebody's wedding who I don't know very well, I'll give them like their card and their check or whatever, and then like a little piece of rose quartz. Like it opens your heart chakra.
Oh, that's sweet.
My
Because it
God.
does, but also like I don't know you that well. So here's something off your registry and then something to make it seem personal.
Cool.
That's cute.
So then, in an unexpected twist, indie singer-songwriter Father John Misty
God damn it.
He's headlining 8035 this summer.
took to Instagram to presumably jokingly claim responsibility for the crystal crime.
Don't joke about this,
He
Father
wrote
John.
He wrote in a lengthy Instagram post, quote, "There's been understandably a not insignificant outcry regarding the alleged theft of the rose quartz crystal from the Echo Park Moon Juice trademark pictured above. I am here to claim responsibility, though I do not condone the rhetoric employed in Moon Juice's post. To claim that something has been stolen is itself a tacit endorsement of the capitalist values that blended superfoods and locally sourced produce stands, ironically, in direct opposition to."
This is the most Father John Misty shit I've ever fucking heard in my
I
life.
love everything about this.
He went on to explain that, quote, "The universe, however you may define her, brought this crystal into my life at what
She's an entrepreneur.
what can only be described as a pivot moment. As my, again, without trying to be didactic in my terminology, Saturn returned within the last year, I found myself unsatisfied with a culture at large that insists on attributing rigid, currency-based value to objects. I do not mean in a pejorative sense, that are naturally occurring and can be procured freely at any number of energy central dispensaries located nearly anywhere within the well-defined boundaries of globalization."
So that's a really long way to say the ground.
The word object, I do not mean in a pejorative sense.
I love attributing rigid currency-based value to objects.
And not in
Oh
a
my
pejorative
God.
sense. Holy shit. Is he joking?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
He continues.
No, probably not.
While I empathize with your loss, I do believe that there is a larger lesson to be gleaned from this experience. Namely, that material goods, no matter how sacred, will come and go from your life.
He's not wrong.
As a practicing Buddhist, I can only advise you to try and remember the crystal is only random phenomena. And if it happens to find its way into my pocket, and that pocket happens to leave your store, creating some ownership, theft, possession narrative will only cause you more pain, as you will be attempting to find significance where there is none.
This is so fucking good.
I love this. This is my favorite case you've ever done.
This is incredible.
Holy shit.
It should be noted that his sentiment about it being the nature of material objects to come and go from our lives is backed up by the blog Crystals and Gemstones,
There you go.
which states that, quote, "A crystal may organically leave your life due to the following reasons.
Father John Misty steals it.
Father John Misty. It ends up
Straight
in
up
Father John
steals
Misty's
it.
pocket, creating a theft possession narrative.
He literally straight up shoplifts it.
An
Or
incident of shoplifting.
divine intervention unrelated to Father John Misty.
Any number of possibilities.
Giving us messages from angels or spirit guides. The crystal didn't resonate with our energy or vibration. The crystal was called to benefit someone else, namely Father John Misty. It served its purpose for us and it had to move on.
What if that someone else is always Father John Misty and every rose quartz that's ever gone missing from anyone's life is always in his
attracted to
pocket?
Father John Misty.
Yes, it just always appears in his pocket, so his pockets are always just
always
so
full.
heavy.
He just jingles as he walks. Can I just say one quick anecdote about this?
Yeah.
So I had a piece of smoky quartz, and I was talking to my friend Shad, and he was talking about like a serious loss in his life and whatever, and how he always used to keep a piece of smoky quartz under his pillow at night. And he has since like stopped keeping that under his pillow. And he mentioned that he felt like kind of like sad, like it was kind of a loss. And I happened to have a piece of smoky quartz in my purse because it is said to balance one's emotions. And I was in a really weird spot that week. So I was like, here, hold this for a little while. And he held it. And like the whole time he was holding it, he kept like kind of putting it up to his face and his like chest. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you need to keep that. I don't want that back. That is for you. You keep it. And like
Father
back and
John
forth,
Misty
whatever.
gave it to me.
No,
and
here's
now I am giving it to you if one can own or give any object pejoratively or not.
Here is the weirdest part. So like the next week, I attended one of my friend Katie's live sales on Instagram, the Punker Pebbles account. And so I ordered some things, and she threw in a couple of other random things just because we're good friends. One of which was a beautiful, immaculate piece of smoky quartz. So within a week, I had another piece of smoky quartz in my possession. So I knew.
Whatever energy you send out comes back to you times 3, man.
Apparently.
The power of thread will set you free.
Okay, a little bit more. So finally, Father John Misty concluded his post with a direct dig at Moon Juice's products.
Yeah.
Quote, also your smoothies are inconsistent to say the least, but largely...
Get it, Father John.
Oh, I like him so much more now.
know.
Bill loves Father John.
Now I'm going to
Misty.
go to 8035.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll bring
God.
up some rose quartz.
Dude.
Should I?
We get a big piece of rose quartz and put it on like a billboard, like a
Yeah.
sign, a
Hold
banner.
it up.
Oh my God.
Just with "It was me."
It was me.
Oh my God.
Tell Cersei it was me.
Tell Moon Juice it was me.
I'm making him a sign.
You have to copy that
Moon
meme.
Juice,
Okay, hold on.
It was me.
Pulling it up.
Okay, finishing his quote.
Holy shit.
I'm sending you reference images.
She knows. We all know.
I know she knows.
Okay. Also, your smoothies are inconsistent to say the least, but largely impossible to steal. So that is an injustice that I must face. And I accept with an open heart, knowing that each watery gulp is an invaluable teaching moment.
Oh my.
Amanda Chantal Bacon indicated in an interview that she did not believe Father John Misty to be the one responsible for liberating the rose quartz from her store. Quote, as of yet, the crystal has not been returned. We remain hopeful that it will be. As for Father John Misty claiming responsibility, I'm skeptical. If he does have it, however, I invite him to come on over, return the crystal, and I will make him a moon milk that will blow his mind.
Ish. Ish.
And also,
Tell Moon Juice it was me.
Also, she didn't let employees wear masks because it didn't fit with like the aesthetic.
vibe.
Yeah, exactly. They had to wear all white, and if their masks, whatever. She's just it's what it's. It's very LA.
What a dumb bitch.
So that's my case. I told you it was low stakes.
Holy shit. Thank you. Wow. Bravo. Bravo.
I gotta get my 8035 tickets right now.
Immediately.
Holy
Moon
shit.
Juice, it was me and a big
You
rose
need to
quartz.
make this.
That's actually gonna be amazing.
That's hilarious. I'm making the sign.
You have to paint it. It's going to be so good.
Oh my God.
I want that fan art. I want the Game of Thrones tell Moon Juice it was me. Everybody bring it on. I want to see it.
All right. Should we hear a quick word from our sponsors?
Quick commercial break. Bye.
With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That is why it is America's #1 meal kit.
Listen, I'm right there with you. It's all about convenience with HelloFresh. Not only do the ingredients come pre-portioned, so you're not overbuying or wasting food, which is like my #1 issue at the grocery store. I always buy more than I need. But it's easier than ever to get filling meals on the table in a snap with options like family-friendly or quick and easy recipes. You know how I love the 20-minute start to finish one pan
You and
situation.
I are the same way in that we do not think about cooking until we're
Nope.
already hungry. So
Yup.
the quick and easy recipe is very key.
Listen, it's the way to go. And you can pick your favorites from 50 different weekly options. So it changes every week. You're not going to get stuck in a rut making the same thing over and over again. And you can skip weeks when you need to. You can change your delivery date. You can update your preferences all in the HelloFresh app. They make it so easy. And then they do have such a smattering of recipes that if you, kind of get into the groove with HelloFresh and you're starting to feel a little more adventurous, maybe you want to try something a little more complicated.
Oh.
You could check out something and I say complicated meaning it requires 2 pans instead of 1. Complicated to me is
Simple
not
to everyone else.
Yeah, it's simple to everyone else. But I recently made the crispy Parmesan chicken.
Yep.
And I've never been great at making couscous, but they walked me through all of it. I made this garlic scallion couscous and then lemon rind, roasted carrots. You literally zest a lemon on it's so good and the flavors were so delicious and I felt like I was making a restaurant level meal. And it was me. I did it.
I know you feel like you want to show off the meals
I'm
that
Gordon
you create.
Ramsay, baby.
I know.
I'm Gordon Ramsay.
It's amazing. So go to HelloFresh.com/gals16 and use that code GALS16, GALS16, for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/gals16 and use code GALS16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
So I have ADHD, and it is really hard for me to accomplish seemingly simple and mundane tasks like spring cleaning.
Yep, executive dysfunction is real.
Extremely real, and it can get very frustrating because it's spring cleaning mode is such a movement, it's such a thing, and you see all of these people around you motivated to spruce up their space and clean things out, and it also can be so incredibly positive for your brain and cleaning up your mental space. And some of us, my hand is way up in the air, have a really hard time motivating and getting myself to that place. And there's something so rejuvenating about getting down to what is essential, what you need, and starting fresh. This is so important for your mind. And over the years, thoughts and emotions can build up. That's why it's important to talk to someone who's trained to help you declutter your mental space. I think we're all hitting some walls right now.
Yep.
And we need to prioritize our mental health. So Talkspace therapists are available to message anytime you need, because you shouldn't have to watch your thoughts pile up until your next appointment rolls around. Because some of us also experience overwhelm with that.
Absolutely. And,
Yeah.
your mental health is too important to just rely on Dr. Google or to just, try to white knuckle through it. That's not the way to deal with it. So take that first step, go to Talkspace. You have all these different options for messaging with a licensed therapist without ever needing an appointment.
Yep.
So you can talk with them 24/7 via text, audio messaging, video messaging, and they have thousands of therapists across dozens of specialties. So once you match with your therapist, you can message them anytime, anywhere. I love that because for me, the biggest hurdle is making the appointment. And
Hi. Yep.
that step is is taken out of the equation.
Yeah,
So
it's like Moot with Talkspace. If you can send a text, you can use this app.
it's amazing.
Mhm.
And Talkspace is private, secure, and most importantly, accessible. So it is everything that you love about therapy, like the therapy part,
Yeah.
without all of the stuff that gets in the way, like the, making an appointment, getting in your car, brushing your teeth part.
Oh my God, the brushing your teeth part. No, I refuse. So if thoughts and emotions are piling up, a fresh perspective can help you feel better. Match with your dedicated therapist today at Talkspace.com and use promo code GALS during sign up to get $100 off your first month. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com, promo code GALS, and treat your brain.
Trade it. Have you ever stepped out of the shower and realized that your absolute fave pair of underwear is dirty? Like,
Oh God.
such a bummer. And then
Oh, God.
you have that sinking realization that actually all of your underwear is dirty.
This happens to me every month.
And then, oh no, you're about to go on vacation and you don't have like a single pair to pack.
How does MeUndies get inside of my brain and exploit all of my anxieties? You've seen me pack for vacation. I always bring 8 times the underwear I actually
You
need.
have to.
It's my anxiety thing.
First of all, same. I too pack underwear in case I'm going to have an accident 3 times a day every day.
I literally pack as though I'm going to poop myself 5 times a day, just in case.
Second of all, that's okay. Because when you have a free to join membership with MeUndies, you can watch your undie anxiety melt away.
This is honestly so true, and I don't know what it is. I mean, again, MeUndies, I think they're just inside of my brain in this, like, beautiful way. Because my subscription delivery date, I have no idea what it is. I'm not paying attention, but it's, like, always perfectly on time. Like, it knows. It's like, oh, this girl needs underwear. Let's get it out. Get it out there. It's amazing. And you know what? When was the last time you refreshed your undies drawer? It's like, when I think about spring cleaning, this is the only thing that feels fun to me about spring cleaning. Is like going through my undies drawer, getting rid of the stuff that, bodily functions have ruined, things with holes, things with the
Stretched
blasted
out.
out. Yeah, the blasted out, what's it called? Stretched, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't need to get into it.
No, get rid of it. We don't need it. Get the MeUndies membership. It's literally designed to make your life easier. With free shipping and returns on every order, savings on virtually everything they make, exclusive sales, and early access to their newest stuff, there's kind of no reason not to join. There's new prints that drop monthly, so there's always something new to see. But you can always skip delivery for the month or even cancel anytime, no questions asked. Seriously, it's not like trying to cancel your gym membership. You can just cancel it. They're not going to bother you. You gotta do you. So get super soft undies, bralettes, or socks shipped right to your door and live a more comfortable life knowing you always have what you need at your fingertips when you step out of the shower.
And MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off. And for a limited time, if you sign up for their free-to-join MeUndies membership, you get 25% off your first membership item. So to get 25% off your first membership item or 15% off your first order and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/gals, G-A-L-S. That's MeUndies.com/gals, and treat your nevers.
Treat 'em. Are you ready for my case?
I don't know. Never.
Talk about fucking off the rails. This is otherworldly. So I guess my case today isn't exactly illegal. It's just so egregious that it fucking should be illegal.
Okay.
So as we know, we white folks love to appropriate all kinds of shit.
Love it.
Sure
Love.
do. It's like that's like the cornerstone of whiteness.
It really is.
We have no culture, so we steal everyone else's.
But actually,
It's fucking, we're so pathetic. Anyway, and my case today is just ripe with cultural theft and the distinctly white talent of getting what we're trying to steal just completely wrong, but just fucking going with it to make some cash.
All right.
So
Perfect.
today I am talking about infamous plastic shaman Harley Swift Deer Reagan.
Okay.
Okay, I've never
buckling
heard
up.
of this.
What is a plastic shaman, you ask?
I do.
I came across this term in my research for today, and I had never heard it before, so here's what Wikipedia taught me. Plastic shaman is a pejorative colloquialism applied to individuals who are attempting to pass themselves off as shamans, holy people, or other traditional spiritual leaders, but who have no genuine connection to the traditions or cultures they claim to represent. In some cases, the plastic shaman may have some genuine cultural connection, but is seen to be exploiting that knowledge for ego, power, or money. Plastic shamans are believed by their critics to use the mystique of these cultural traditions and the legitimate curiosity of sincere seekers for their personal gain.
So like Osho, basically.
Yeah. In some cases, exploitation of students and traditional culture may involve the selling of fake, quote, traditional spiritual ceremonies, fake artifacts, fictional accounts in books, illegitimate tours of sacred sites, and often the chance to buy spiritual titles.
Buy spiritual titles.
Yeah, like this, it's kind of like these frauds will fucking
If you want to
sell,
be like a high priestess of
right, or like a
Avalon.
chief or something,
Yeah.
in like a Native American community.
Ew,
This is like
I've never
specifically a
heard of
Native
that.
American, like this specific term was coined by indigenous people.
Oh, okay.
So that this is what they would deem a plastic shaman, is like basically a snake oil fucking fraudster appropriating culture for personal gain. Often Native American symbols and terms are adopted by plastic shamans, and their adherents are insufficiently familiar with Native American religion to distinguish between imitations and actual Native religion. So like they're speaking on this and teaching on this with no clue what any of it fucking means.
Right.
And this fucking guy is the poster boy of plastic shamanism.
Great.
So Harley Reagan,
What a
Texas
name.
born, I know.
Could you have a more Texas-born name than Harley?
Harley
Reagan.
Reagan. Just wait, y'all.
Yikes.
You have no idea. Texas born white man of Irish descent came into the public eye in 1992 when he appeared on HBO's Real Sex in America. It's a docuseries that explored sexuality and sex practices in the 90s.
Wow.
Both taboo and popular. Well, it's HBO, baby.
Is that still available?
It might be. I don't know. Fuck. Everything's available on
Probably.
the internet. So each episode was unique and highlighted 3 to 4 people who would speak as experts on certain trends in sexuality, as well as just like interviews of just average Joes just out having sex.
Okay.
It's rocking that missionary. On one of these episodes, Harley was interviewed and like asked to speak on the practice of Chulakwe Kwadoshka, which was explained as a series of sexual techniques rooted in indigenous tradition and promoted by the, quote, Deer Tribe Medicine Society, led by Reagan,
Oh no.
who claimed to have
If you're
ties
white,
to the Cherokee
use
Nation.
The term tribe.
No,
It's
this is that's the whole
probably
thing.
in any context. I can't think of a context where you
Yeah,
can.
it's not for us or about us. And this fucking guy is literally out here saying he's pulling the I'm part Cherokee, quote unquote.
Oh my God.
shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harley
So-
O. Reagan.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's always Cherokee.
I know.
There are hundreds.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
Deer Tribe Medicine Society was founded by Reagan and his wife Diane, Harley Reagan and Diane Reagan, in 1986, and white folks ate this shit up. Shamanism without having to speak with scary people of color? I'm in.
Right.
Take all my money.
Yeah.
That is satire, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They would spend thousands, these idiot people, to attend his Cherokee sex workshops.
No.
And one of these workshops was featured on this episode of Real Sex. And when this aired, members of the Cherokee Nation were understandably shocked and super pissed.
Right.
They have no idea who this dude was, and they don't see a shred of authenticity in his, quote, teachings. Like, He made this up.
Right.
He made up the name of it. Like this, it's nonsense.
Yep.
Absolute hero Wilma Mankiller.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
First female president of the Cherokee Nation.
Literally, who was tribal president of the Cherokee Nation. She's living in Oklahoma at the time that this episode aired, reached out to HBO to inquire as to what research producers had done to find this absolute lunatic.
They're like, look, we're HBO TV producers, and he's a wackadoo.
Oh, well,
so, like,
I'll tell you
we're
exactly
putting
what
him
they
on
said.
TV.
1,000%.
He's TV gold.
Yeah.
Well, according to HBO, he had come highly recommended. Their response stated that, quote, staff checked with Mr. Reagan and accepted a lot of reference material he provided, but did not check with the Cherokee Nation to find out if he was a legitimate medicine man or if the workshops he conducts are Cherokee sexual spiritual ceremonies, as he claims. He'd been doing these teachings for years. He has a very huge following.
No.
Look, if you want to do sex workshops with your wife for folks, do
with
it.
your wife, Diane.
Right.
Well, I mean,
but not
yes,
like
in general.
this.
In general, yes, but we will get to the purpose of the sex workshop.
well, okay.
This guy, I'm not giving this guy autonomy to have a sex workshop or anything because he ruins. He's a monster.
Go figure.
Yeah, they just took this guy at his word, like
Yeah.
the fucking the
It's
confidence
way
of a
too
mediocre
difficult
white
to
man.
make
Yeah.
one additional phone call.
Yeah, couldn't possibly. And they didn't question it. And he flat out lied about his lineage. Like, none of it's true, except for the Irish part. So Wilma Mankiller even threatened to sue HBO on behalf of the Cherokee Nation for misrepresentation, but I don't believe this lawsuit came to fruition. But, like, they'd be fucking entitled to damages for that shit.
Yeah.
Quote, what we find are numerous false prophets out here, and this is terminology that I personally do not use, but I'm respecting the terminology of the indigenous person who's quoted in this portion. So, numerous false prophets out there playing Indian and making a buck. Frankly, we are overwhelmed with these folks, says Dr. Richard Allen, a research and policy analyst for the Cherokee Nation, who has been receiving complaints about Reagan for more than 10 years. It continues to say, to start with, Reagan claims he grew up on a Cherokee reservation in Texas. The Cherokee don't even have reservations. We've always owned our land. Allen says Reagan's claims are merely a marketing technique. Quote, he's not a member of the Cherokee Nation, end quote. He also claimed to be a decorated Vietnam War veteran, blown out of a helicopter and honorably discharged in 1969.
Blown out of a helicopter. Okay.
But alas, veterans organizations that are dedicated to investigating false claims, just like this, you can't like claim benefits or as a veteran if you didn't serve, have deemed this to be a fraud. Like this man did not serve in the army at all. When asked about his military honors in an interview, he said, quote, I had several commendations. Yeah, I think those are irrelevant. The people who deserve those medals are the ones who are no longer around on grandmother Earth.
Yeah, I got lots of medals. I don't really want to talk about it. Let's
Yeah,
change
I'm
the
humble.
subject.
Grandmother Earth.
I'm humble.
Jesus Christ.
I bet
He's
the movie
the worst.
Pocahontas really changed his life too.
It might have. I mean, he might have been a producer in that wildly inaccurate retelling. I could see
He
it.
voiced Grandmother Willow.
Oh my God. With my bar? Okay.
With my boy. No.
No.
You just made that up. That's really good.
We just said it and then thought we were super funny because we'd all had gummies. Okay, so let's back up and go over Reagan's history and how he came to form the Deer Tribe. Oh, it's the Deer Tribe Metis Medicine Society. The quote-unquote tribe was formed as an indigenous ethnic group. And since it was the 80s and the internet wasn't a thing, this just like went unchecked. He himself claimed to be of Cherokee descent and further claimed that a colleague named Tom Wilson was his teacher and that Tom was of Navajo descent. Now, Tom Wilson was a real person and was indeed Navajo and deeply connected to the Navajo traditions, but he spoke only Navajo, no English at all. And his surviving ancestors hold firm that not only would he have no interest in sharing Navajo traditions with this illegitimate redheaded white outsider,
He had red hair.
but he had red hair. But seeing as how Reagan didn't speak a word of the Navajo language, They literally could not have communicated with each other deeply enough for him to learn a goddamn thing.
So he just
from
like
this man.
found someone who
Yeah.
was an actual teacher in a different tribe
Pretty much.
and was
just
like, yeah, he was my mentor.
yeah, this guy over
But
here.
they'd
Will
never
do.
spoken.
Yep.
Cool.
It's just nuts. It also isn't lost on us that this fraud pretending to be Cherokee is like citing a Navajo leader as though all indigenous cultures are just
Not the
interchangeable.
same
Yeah,
as Cherokee.
Because he's selling a quote unquote Cherokee
Right.
tradition.
Right.
It's just this guy is so
That's
fucking stupid.
dumb. That's embarrassing.
Reagan, it's so this is the most embarrassing man in the world. Reagan also loved martial arts.
Of
course.
course.
Please feel free to look at the photo of him on the drive looking like Dog the fucking bounty hunter in his judo
Oh
uniform.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, this
Oh, his
He's the
this
worst.
man.
hair.
This
He's the
is the
absolute
cringiest.
worst.
Even without
It's so
context,
cringe.
these photos are so
So-
cringy.
So fucking cringe.
Oh, no.
I can't. He claimed to have been an alternate for the U.S. Olympic judo team in 1964.
It's amazing after his nom injuries.
Right? And to have come, exactly, blown out of a helicopter, landed at the Olympics.
Amazing.
And to have come in 4th place. But, weird how this cannot be substantiated by any Olympic record.
When the internet came along, this guy was like,
Fucked. Well, I mean, not. He just
Doubled
kept
down.
going with it. We'll get to it. Yeah. So this is a quote from the Deer Tribe website, because of course I went to their website. Here is Harley Reagan's bio, and I literally spit when I read this. I like started screaming, and Bill ran over to see if I was okay. Quote, Harley Swift Deer was the founder of the Deer Tribe Medicine Society and also established the Ten no Kishi Dojo in Scottsdale, Arizona. Harley Swift Deer had an
and his
extensive
dojo in
and his
Scottsdale. Oh,
Guys,
no.
I Harley Swift
How
Deer
can
was
this
dedicated.
man take himself seriously?
How can Diane
Oh,
take
we'll get
him
to how.
seriously?
I don't. Every nut has its shell, and I'll tell you all about it. Harley Swift Deer had an extensive background in philosophy, psychology, religion, martial arts, and ancient mystery school traditions.
This guy is reminding me a lot of someone that I used to be friends with. And he was in a bad relationship
Oh no!
and didn't have sex for several years because they were not supposed to be together and didn't want to break up and admit it. And so they just had this like weird kind of toxic thing. And he went bonkers from that and got really into martial arts, and which I think he was already kind of into, but like got more into, and also like tantric meditation.
You put all your
And
energies
Osho.
into other
Yeah.
stuff.
And ended up kind of losing all of his friends
Oh,
because
That's a
he just
bummer.
went off the rails. But it's
Well-
fine. Whatever. Bye.
well, hopefully he didn't find Harley Swift.
Yeah.
So, Harley Swift Deer was dedicated to inspiring and enriching the lives of his students worldwide through classes, one-on-one consultations, physical mastery training, and ceremony. Throughout his lifetime, Harley Swift Deer Reagan studied with a number of teachers known collectively as, quote, twisted hairs, which this is confirmed to be completely made up and not a real thing, by the way. These are medicine men and women from many tribes throughout North, Central, and South America who traveled, studied, and who metaphorically weaved and synthesized, quote, braids of truth. Harley Swift Deer Reagan grounded his teachings for spiritual evolution in a strong commitment to physical mastery and development. For over half a century, because he was over 50 years old, he practiced and taught various martial arts systems, including karate, jujitsu, and Chulukua Ryu.
Great.
End quote.
He's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah. How
He's
does
a
he find
busy
the
man.
time?
Well, who knows? So while the Deer Tribe touted itself as an ethnic group, the U.S. identified them as a cult and militia.
It's a fine line.
Reagan sells to his followers an education in martial arts, shooting guns, secret indigenous ceremonies, and of course, lessons in far-right ideology.
Mm-hmm.
The website is also so hideous, it is embarrassing, and yes, there is a photo on the drive. This is an older version of the website. The new website is like moderately better, but not better.
Oh, the gun club?
Yeah.
Oh, they have a direct link to NRA classes.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Reagan used this platform to, quote, suggest that his students learn how to use guns as well as martial arts maneuvers to prepare themselves for the pending race war against immigrants being allowed into the U.S. Pretty fucking funny coming from a white guy pretending to be Cherokee.
My mind is actually
We are on
blown.
stolen land, and he wants you to arms up against the immigrants stealing the land.
He's an
I-
Irish guy in Texas.
Yup.
Get
I
this
can't.
guy a mirror.
He
Holy
is
shit.
the worst man.
Oh.
No self-awareness.
Seriously, when I
None.
tell you, I screamed so many times during this. I can't. You literally can't make this shit up. Like, this is...
Well, he literally did.
I mean, yes.
So
She got you there.
Harley
Okay.
Reagan Swift.
When you're right,
Barely.
you're right. Oh my God, Harley Reagan. Harley Ray.
Harley O'Reagan.
Okay. Harley Ray.
Somewhere on the like what to expect when you're expecting baby name community
Harley
forum,
Ray.
someone is like, upvote if you love Harley Reagan for a girl.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't do it.
Harlee. Harley.
Yes. Leigh.
Harleigh. Harley.
Yeah.
Harley. Yeah.
So he was deeply concerned that Al Gore would be elected into office and basically usher in the end of the whites as we know it.
But he's pretending
Not be
to
white.
be
be white.
Cherokee. I know. And honestly, if only it was the end of the whites as we know it, we are a
Fingers
mess.
crossed.
when he's talking about is he saying Matisse?
I
Like
don't know.
like biracial? Is that what
Maybe?
that is supposed to be?
I have no idea. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
So the website described lessons in, quote, integrated self-defense and self-reliance or overall preparedness.
Yeah, he's a prepper.
Consists of 3 facets: self-defense, survival, both wilderness and urban, and firearms training. It's so poorly written, I love it. These series of self-reliance courses was started in 1985 as the Way of the Warrior workshops.
No, yeah, warrior with an AK.
Uh-huh. Designed to promote physical mastery and presented by the Deer Tribe Medicine Society, which was formed in 1986 by Harley Swift Deer Reagan and his wife Diane Reagan, and they are the chief instructors. Yup. Currently, we offer an annual intensive training in self-defense and the safe and effective handling of firearms. Current research confirms what Harley Swift Deer has taught for over 20 years. Your best option is to fight, but proper training is essential.
It's not.
Soup's
Your
not.
best option. These profiles and the corresponding techniques for stopping these predators are based on Harley Swift Deer's thesis, which included in-person interviews of 150 imprisoned rapists and 150 rape victims, studies of actual police reports, we know how reliable those are, and many years of refinement to find the most effective self-defense
And
techniques.
also, these guys are always infatuated with sex. Why is he focusing on rapists and rape victims?
Because
'Cause
it's the
he
whole
is
Trump
one.
thing of like immigrants are coming over to rape our white women.
It's a preoccupation with sex across the board, no
It's-
exceptions.
Yep.
It's depravity on all of its forms.
Oh my god!
And white
it's a
supremacy
shit
in a
bucket.
beautiful cocktail. This finishes off to say, most rape prevention courses in existence today are based on Harley Swiftier's original research.
Oh, it was original.
Also known as the psychological rape awareness and personal protection awareness training.
Rape awareness.
End quote.
Because we need to
Yeah,
spread
I'm
awareness.
And I'm sure
aware.
he was allowed to conduct in-person interviews with 150 imprisoned
50.
rapists.
Yeah.
There is not
I'm
a
sure.
single drop of believability in
Reality?
any of this.
No.
This guy is actually a lunatic.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
so
He got drunk
gone.
and typed up his little bio on his fucking WordPress
His little
website.
manifesto.
Oh my God, you guys, he studied this for so long. It's
Almost
so
half
pathetic.
a century.
Century. Well, more than half
Oh,
a
right.
century. The programs are also built like a pyramid scheme where you need to fulfill, pay for certain requirements to advance to the next level in the hierarchy. So completion of each course opens a, quote, gateway to the next level in the program. From entry level to level 1 takes 4 years,
Oh,
billed
God.
yearly.
When do I
Of
get my black
courses.
belt?
When do I get
Right?
my talisman?
4 years from now. Yeah. These courses, quote, teach you how to connect with your inner intent, to access different levels of consciousness, to enter heightened awareness, to have happiness, harmony, health, connection, and meaning in your life. We teach you how you function as an energy field and explain the building blocks and energy laws of different dimensional realities. We want you to become an inquisitive, free-thinking, autonomous individual who takes responsibility for your life and lives it to the fullest. We will empower you and provide a safe journey with a circle of friends who share a desire to make a difference, to take their power and grow up into their highest potential. It is a great journey, but you must do the walking. You must have the willingness to change and make the leap into the next level of human evolution.
Jesus!
I am comforted in knowing that I will never be drawn into a cult.
You're in a cult. Call your dad.
My favorite murder quote. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I'm not. I don't.
It's
I don't
so
have the
out of control.
personality for it.
No, I could lead one.
I'm
but
not
gonna
passionate
I don't-
about anything. We've talked about this before. I have
Yeah.
zero passions. I don't feel
I don't wanna
strongly
do the
about
walking.
anything.
Barely anything. Yeah,
I also
I feel that.
don't really
I do
need
feel
a
strongly about
community.
Grey's Anatomy. 'cause
Like
I've
I
seen every
have
single episode.
you guys.
Yeah.
I have strong connections to people I know and love, but I wouldn't call that a passion.
Passionate kisses. Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyway, they also push communal living with other members of the, quote, tribe to mimic the, traditional nuclear family, which is called
like
101.
father, mother shit.
Yeah. And if you don't follow the rules, they fuck you up, apparently. I mean, it's super vague, but the site literally reads, quote, those that do not hold up under such rigor are discarded.
Cool.
So creepy. And we haven't even gotten to the sex part.
Yeah. What are these? Let's get to the workshops.
So, Chulaque Kwadoshka, sometimes abbreviated as Q.
Oh no.
It's not QAnon. It's not the same. But I'm like, are you
Q.
fucking kidding me? Could we be more
cultiest
obvious?
letter.
Yeah. Was completely made up. This was a fictitious, quote, indigenous system of, quote, spiritual sexuality and respective rituals taught through, you guessed it, a series of expensive courses. What is currently offered on the website are the Q workshops 1 through 4, which I don't know what each one
It takes
necessarily does, but there are
25
some
years to get
screenshots.
through your Q
Pretty much.
workshops.
If you go to the drive, oh no, I guess I didn't have all of my screenshots. I'll have to add more. But there are some screenshots that I will upload that'll be on the blog of some of these workshop descriptions and offerings, and it's completely bonkers. So here are some excerpts. The relationship teaching workshops that allow you to heal womb resentments that, quote, cluster the womb for women and the spirit womb for men. These resentments filter and prevent our natural ability to connect, create, engage, and evolve. Our heart is closed to the extent we carry resentments. End
I
quote.
think that is probably geared towards women to
Mm-hmm.
be like, don't be
What about
such
your
a
spirit
resentful,
womb?
bitter bitch.
Yeah.
Let me do whatever I want.
Oh my.
You're carrying
God.
too many womb resentments.
You need to relax.
Another one is,
Mhm.
another workshop offering is shamanic de-armoring, which, quote, utilizes vibration, specific pressure points, breathing techniques, and the movement of your sexual energy to loosen, break up, and remove your body's armor. Your life force energy will pulse through your body with greater power and magnitude, end quote.
People really just make sex into something that it is not.
Yeah.
It's just bodies
And then sell it.
rubbing together until
Yeah.
it feels good. That's
This
sex.
also,
No, it's my inner womb resentment.
this whole thing, as it is geared towards like men, really sounds like the current plot line of Real Housewives of New Jersey, if anyone's been keeping up.
Oh, I gotta catch
There
up.
is some
Well,
retreat, talk of like a men's retreat to like break down your barriers and be vulnerable. Oh my God.
right. Well,
Well, like,
Yeah.
fine, but like,
Yeah. Body
Yeah.
de-armoring. It's like
it's
really
unhealthy in this context, and it sounds unhealthy in the
Mhm.
Real Housewives context. So,
Right.
right.
it's toxic. It's just toxic.
Mhm.
Right. So another one that's offered is body de-armoring. This is, quote, a modern adaptation of an ancient shamanic healing ceremony specifically designed for today's collective. It is not yet another therapeutic intervention, David, to heal from singular past issues or events. It is a magical, ceremonial, once and for always shamanic healing journey to free yourselves from the restrictions of your fortress. And of course, the womb of benevolent compassion
lest we
workshop.
forget.
That was my mom's Catholic elementary school.
The womb of benevolent.
The sacred womb of benevolent compassion.
Fucking totally.
elementary.
We're having a trunk or treat this Saturday.
Trunk or treat.
It's the annual bake sale for the womb of benevolent compassion. Girls
It's the
football
spring
team.
sock hop at the womb of benevolent compassion
Benevolent
elementary.
compassion.
Make sure you've ordered your school uniform.
Need a permission slip signed by your father, specifically.
Oh my God. All female students will need a permission slip signed by their father to attend. Oh,
Daddy-daughter dance.
Ish. So this womb of benevolent compassion workshop. Quote.
That's where the
Is
Irish
Sarah-
came in.
Yeah.
It's Irish.
Yes.
True. It's
Totally
shining
is.
through.
Totally is. Oh my God, it totally is. Holy shit. Okay, this is a ceremonial healing workshop using shamanic transformational techniques, medicine tools such as fans, bundles, and staffs of power,
Oh my God.
and specific breath work. Participants are carefully guided through a process of releasing pain types stored in the deepest parts of their body, their heart, and their
Body.
mind.
That's got some Scientology to
Oh, it's all completely nuts.
it. He's just
Dipping in, piggy dipping in the piggy pond is what he's up to.
Piggy dipping?
Piggy dipping.
Thing?
Watch TikTok. God.
yeah.
Is that like no
Piggy
bones?
dipping. Just going Sasha's swimming in the
Okay.
Dipping?
Okay.
Googling it.
Google it. So those participating in these courses would be required to participate in group sex
There it
acts. And Reagan would also hire sex workers to assist when the male participants outnumbered the
And Ian's like,
females.
Of course.
Boom goes the dynamite.
There it is. So it wouldn't be gay.
So it wouldn't be gay.
So it wouldn't be gay.
And I wonder why the male participants outnumbered
Yeah.
the female.
You know, they clicked these and they were like, guns? Doomsday prepping?
Group
and
sex?
sex courses? Group sex with women? Sign me up.
Oh, no.
God.
Wrangle me up, buttercup.
These people
Oh, and
exist.
taekwondo.
It's so nuts. Oh, it's checking all my
You
boxes.
mean we get to wrestle too?
We get to wrestle.
God.
So when called out about the Cherokee connection to these rituals, meaning there was none, he claimed the rituals were, quote, secret. So of course you've never heard of them. Through these rituals, he clearly took advantage of women, and some say especially young women and girls. Yeah. Author of the book, Real Indians, Identity and the Survival of Native America. And again, she is an indigenous author. Eva Marie Garut spoke of Reagan's disgusting claims that, quote, he has the right and duty of initiating girls into womanhood by educating them in sexual intercourse, end quote.
Oh my God.
She ripped apart his biography because he had a biography written about him. Yeah, his manifesto. Ripped apart his biography by saying that with the help of his biographer, he, meaning Reagan, extols the virtues of statutory rape in the name of cultural continuity for some hundreds of pages.
Oh, so he had a lot to get off his chest about the values of statutory
rape. It's like some
rape.
Warren Jeffs bullshit.
It's so wild, right?
Wow.
So though this claim has never been substantiated in a court of law, given the rest of this guy's bullshit, I have no reason to believe he was not taking advantage of women and girls doing this fucking crap.
If he could get access to any of them, of course he would.
1,000% he would. So, honestly, I could keep going on for another 10 years about this son of a bitch, but I'll wrap it up. Harley died in 2013. And his wife, Diane, continues his legacy. And if anyone out there has hacking capabilities and wants to fuck with their website or join me in spamming up their emails, feel free.
Their
that is my case.
Is probably like white power 123.
Right, 1-2-69.
God, oh my God, these people exist.
Oh yeah,
in numbers.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
anyway,
I need to bathe in crystals to like get rid of all the grossness of this
cleanse all of that.
Scrub.
I get it. I get
wash
it. Big
that
hard
man
saying.
right out of my hair.
Yes.
I need to start working on my poster for 8035.
Yes.
Special thanks to
Tell
us
Moon
and
Juice
to Father
it
John
was
Misty.
me.
And to all of you.
Moon Juice. It was me.
It was me.
I will talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Kala Yip. Music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell. Editing by Jonathan Camp. Check out our website and blog at wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wine and Crime Pod. If you have questions, answers, or recommendations to share, email us at wineandcrimepodcast@gmail.com. Episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, basically wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to spread the word. If you'd like to show your support, visit our Patreon page to keep this podcast and the wine flowing. Cheers!
Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is bringing you more power, capability, and savings with the full lineup of new Ram trucks during the Black Friday sales event going on all month long. Lease a 2024 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn for $429 per month. Visit our 2 convenient Metro locations in Blair or Bellevue or online anytime. Lease for 42 months, 10,000 miles per year with approved credit. Tax, title, license extra. $2,500 down plus first payment and $299 doc fee to its signing. Example stock number BC230242. Offer expires 11/30/2023. See dealer for details.